between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. They go play action. Cousins. Incomplete. These two teams, of course, met in the much-dissected NFC divisional round game a season ago, and they also met in the Monday night opener last year. And Adrian Peterson's return to Minnesota, gosh, that seems like a lifetime ago. It was actually Peterson's replacement, though, Dalvin Cook, who went for 127 yards in a 29-19 Viking victory. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stump them early. Because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
So on fourth down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Able to slither by. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of one, and that'll bring up a second and 11.
Well, add that play to his resume, Real, because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Ingram again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. "51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Cousins on first down. And that's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, 63 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the red zone now, Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Still 2nd down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Cousins again. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here.
Holding, offense.
Well, they were looking to throw,
Still
holding on a big
down.
right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Pick up a holding call.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Again, it's Cousins. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long for Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready, yellow lady.
Breeze now on 1st down. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Ready, waiting.
A final shot before half for Breeze. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. So You sure you're ready for the 3rd quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the 2nd half gets underway. And here's Lewis. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Yellow lady. Shot.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now Breeze on third down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Back now here live in New Orleans. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Breeze. side by Ginn. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Now Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Breeze to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Ready. Yellow lady.
To throw is Breeze. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Breeze now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Again, they'll run with Ingram. Nifty move. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This a long one from 54. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This a long one from 54. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And still nothing on the scoreboard. It remains a scoreless tie. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And this one is incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. And here's Lewis. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you can see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Ready. You're 90.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Waiting.
First throw of overtime for Breeze. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game, and boy, they did it well.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done. Now part 2. They start the drive with Cook. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They run it again with Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. What can Cousins do in the OT? And Cook has it left side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now we're going to get a timeout with 5 seconds left here in overtime. On 1st and 10, Cousins. A quick hitter complete. It's right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.